Alright, what is good YouTube? This video is going to be super exciting because I basically have a spreadsheet for you that is basically going to help you keep track of everything when it comes to getting leads, to getting those leads to actually sign up at your martial arts school, to not only get them to show up, but to actually get them to sign up and then stay long term in your school. This sheet is basically going to help you with everything. Now, I've used this sheet for dozens of schools all around the world, and literally it just helps me every single time to keep track of everything when it comes to seeing bottlenecks and seeing what we have to improve. Because what you have to understand is that, let's say you're just not getting new students, you kind of have to define the problem a little more down, so to speak, right? And this sheet will basically help you with that, where it's like you're not anymore complaining about you're not getting new students, but you actually um, can take like a third person's view and kind of see what exactly is the bottleneck. Is the bottleneck people show up but people are not staying up, or is the bottleneck, for example, we're just not generating enough leads, or we are generating leads but the lead cost is just way too high, or whatever it is. This spreadsheet will help you with that. I've recorded a clip about this spreadsheet on my computer, so without further ado, I'll see you in there.
All right, so welcome. In this clip, I'm just going to explain to you the result tracker. No, basically, a link to this tracker will be in the description, but I'd suggest you continue watching this video to kind of get a better understanding of it before actually filling anything out in here yourself. So let's dive into this. First of all, as I've said in the beginning, this sheet is here to basically keep track of everything. So as you can see on here, you keep track of the ad spend, but you also would keep track of how many people you've closed. Now, when you open this, you'll see on the bottom dashboard 2024, and you'll see all of the months down here. Now, this is the version for 2024. If you're watching this in 2025, um, God knows, I don't know, or if you're watching this even later, then I mean, what you could do is that you go over here and change all of the dates, but for now, this is the 2024 version. Um, Again, on here on the dashboard, you basically will see all of the data on here, and I'll get back into it in just a second. But basically, what you'll do every single day is that you'll come in here. Let me actually put myself up here for a second. Is that you'll come in here, and then basically you'll fill out every single day how much you've spent on ads yesterday, when you, for example, on Facebook ads or on TikTok ads or whatever it is in your case, and then you'll keep track of everything else as well. So let's fill this out because it makes more sense if I just fill this out for you. Then everything will become relatively clear. So let's say it's now let's actually make this accurate. So it's the 6th of March today. So let's fill this out for the 5th of March. So for yesterday, because we can't fill it out for today yet because, well, like we have the day's not over yet, so we haven't spent all of the money on the ads yet. So let's say yesterday we spent like $34.98 cents on the ads, and then we've gotten 3,455 impressions, and then we've gotten 12 clicks from, let's say we've gotten like 24 clicks rather, than we've gotten 5 leads, and then 3 people booked a class yesterday and 2 people were scheduled in yesterday. One person only showed up, but you've also been able to close that person, and their lifetime values over 4 months is, for example, $450, because in 1 month they were worth $150. What you can see on here is that you basically have to fill all of the blue fields, as it says on here as well, manually in, and then the gray fields on here will be calculated manually. So on here you can see all of the dates, and then basically the gray fields will give you, for example, the cost per 1,000 impressions, or the click-through rate, or the cost per click. Now I'm not gonna actually tell you what numbers you should try to reach here or whatsoever in this video, because then it would be a little too long. But I'm just gonna basically give you a quick rundown on how this works. So you fill out all of this data for every single day, basically, and once that is done, you can see that you get all, like, for example, the cost per lead here would be $7. You get all of this data on here. The cost per booking here would be $11. Um, and then you would basically have made $415 in profit that day. And now when you fill this out every single day over a long enough period of time, you'll basically, you can see on here that these numbers will basically calculate automatically and give you the average of the entire month. And then on here you obviously see the average for the entire year. Now, let's say, for example, you're you're trying to reach like a lead cost of below of under $10, right? Or something like that. Like you set out you want to have your CPM at, I don't know, below $15, click-through rate, I don't know, under like 1%, something like that. No, above 1%, sorry. And all of that good stuff. And you basically then struggle to sign up students. Now what you can basically do is that you can just click and go into the system right here, and then basically see, all right, now obviously don't just do that for one day. You need more data, for example, for like 2 months of data inside of here, and then basically see, right, where's the bottleneck? Well, people do show up at our school because, well, we had a total of, I don't know, 20 people scheduled in for that month, and a total of 15 showed up. So the show up rate is good, but then out of those 15, only 2 signed up. So the bottleneck in that scenario would be the sign up rate. So and like, let's say your lead cost is also good and all of the other numbers look good. Well, it doesn't use you much if you change the creatives of the ads, because like the lead cost is good. The only thing you would have to change in that scenario would be basically the maybe the offer, or kind of the process that you have when it comes to selling people after their trial class, for example. But the same may be true that the entire system is good. People do sign up. People people schedule a class and all of that good stuff. But the elite costs are like $25, something like that. And so it's way too high. So that may be the bottleneck. Whatever it is, this sheet will basically help you keep track of it. Again, the link to that is in the description. And yeah, I guess all of the numbers, like what everything is specifically, let's cover that real quick as well. So, I mean, cost per 1,000 impressions is clear, click-through rate, the percentage of number who have clicked through on the lead form, for example, on the landing page, cost per click, how much it costs for you to generate one click on the landing page. And real quick, when you track cost per click, make sure that when you track this instead of the ads manager in Facebook, for example, that you don't track cost per click all, but that you actually track cost per link click. That's super important. So don't track cost per click all, track cost per link click on your leads. That's cost per lead is relatively clear, I guess. Appointment booking rates, basically the percentage. Like, let's say you generate 10 leads and 7 book a class on that day, then the appointment booking rate would be 70%. Cost per booking, again, let's say you spend $100 on ads, get 10 leads with that, and then I don't know, 10 out those 10 leads all schedule a class, then the cost per booking would be $10. Show up rate basically is the percentage of people showing up at the school from the scheduled. So scheduled basically means how many people are scheduled for that day, and then so let's say this is 3, and then 2 people showed up, and you would have a show up rate of roughly 66%. Now and then real quick, booked basically means how many people booked a class that day, and scheduled means how many people are scheduled in on that day. So booked could, for example, be that I schedule a class today for next week Wednesday. I would book a class today, so I would be I would be marked in booked as today, and then as scheduled on next week on Wednesday, so to speak. And then basically over here, yeah, closed, that's clear. Sales, I would always put the lifetime value in here. Again, if you sell a membership for $150 per month, put $450 on here, assuming that on average each student stays for 3 months. Let me actually put myself down here again. Sales conversion rate, that's relatively clear, I guess. So out of how many leads you've generated, how many actually signed up that day. Now, this will be a little inaccurate because when you generate a lead today, they may sign up like 3 weeks later, so the data here will be a little inaccurate, but it will still give you a relatively good understanding. Cost per acquisition, how much it costs you to sign up a student, and then profit loss. As long as this is positive, you're good. And then this basically will give you the return on investment. And this will give you the return on investment over a longer period of time. Now, again, the link to this sheet is in the description. If you have any questions about that, let me know in the comments, and let me make myself full screen here. Other than that, check out the first link in the description if you want more students for your school, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.